Are there times when you feel like you could do more but something inside you stops you? We're going to look at Miyamoto Musashi's timeless lessons in this video to show you how to break through those invisible barriers and reach your full potential. Step 1. Do one unnecessary hard thing daily. One of the most important things to learn from Miyamoto Musashi is that discipline, which is often mistaken for pain or punishment, is what real freedom is. He thought that discipline meant being able to control your mind when it fights pain, which can lead to self-imposed limits. Musashi chose to put himself through suffering by sleeping outside, training in harsh conditions, and looking for challenges to learn the value of pain. It's good for your mental health to do an unnecessary, hard job every day. These jobs don't have to be hard. They can be as easy as doing push-ups, taking a cold shower, or getting up early. Each action may not seem important by itself, but when done together, they form a habit that completely changes how someone deals with problems. Doing hard things every day trains the mind to deal with pain, which makes it less reliant on feelings like laziness. As people consistently do what they set out to do, it builds self-trust. As someone gets used to small problems, bigger ones like changing career lines or getting out of bad relationships become less scary over time. Musashi was a great example of this concept because he trained his mind to face challenges without fear. Each small brave action builds a strong mental framework that breaks down imagined limits over time. To start this change, you should do it slowly and consistently until you reach a deep, long-lasting shift. Step 2. Change your I should to I could. Saying I should can be very harmful to your mental health because it makes you feel guilty and obligated instead of strong and free. Such statements make jobs seem like burdens, which slows down progress. Miyamoto Musashi's philosophy, on the other hand, stresses commitment to important actions and calls for clarity and decision-making. The change from I should to I could is important because should feels like a command from the outside, while could shows an internal possibility that gives you more control and lessens the pressure. This change gives people a sense of independence and helps them see opportunities instead of responsibilities, which keeps them from feeling stuck in the emotional limbo of guilt. People can accept their potential instead of giving in to shoulds that hold them back by lowering the limits they set for themselves. So, changing the way you talk to yourself from obligation to possibility creates an attitude that is in line with empowerment and capability. Step 3. Finish a tiny, abandoned project. Finishing small, unfinished tasks, such as reading a book, sending in forms, or completing minor projects, plays a significant role in shaping one's identity and self-perception. Each incomplete job subtly whispers the message, "You don't follow through," while completed tasks echo a resounding, "You can do this." Drawing from the teachings of Miyamoto Musashi, who emphasized the importance of knowing one's goals and dedicating full attention to tasks, the text highlights that mastery of minor endeavors lays the groundwork for larger achievements. Completing even simple tasks fosters a sense of closure, success, and momentum, reinforcing confidence in one's ability to achieve more substantial goals. Small accomplishments contribute to a narrative of capability, transforming the mental habit of leaving tasks unfinished into a mindset of achievement. Musashi posited that the barrier isn't a lack of strength but a lack of dedication. Individuals often lose faith in their ability to follow through. The act of finishing a small task can alleviate stress, restore a sense of agency, and eliminate procrastination, effectively breaking cycles that drain mental energy. The message is clear. Starting with small tasks and completing them can initiate a momentum that builds upon itself, leading to a more fulfilling and completed life. Step 4. Ask for the thing you think you'll get a no on. Most of the limits people put on themselves are social and emotional. Fear of being rejected is a big one. People often don't look for chances or help because they're afraid of being told no. Musashi said that fear is only harmful if it makes people do bad things. He also said that it is very important to know the pros and cons of any situation. It might seem safe to avoid criticism, but when you do that, you miss out on chances to grow. Taking risks that make you question your self-image, like asking for help, discounts, feedback, or to talk to important people, is what leads to real growth. There are plenty of chances for many people to move up, but they don't take them because they don't ask for them. Musashi was successful because he was brave and ready to face uncertainty. He thought that avoiding risk was the best way to lose. Dealing with pain makes you better able to handle uncertainty, build self-trust, and changes the way you think about rejection so that it doesn't seem so fatal. Each effort makes the point that self-expansion is better than self-defense, even stronger. Instead of avoiding fear, people who are brave face it head-on, which frees them from the false beliefs that come with failure. People are told to ask for what they're afraid of and break down the mental blocks that stop them from growing. Step 5. Spend 5 minutes in future you thinking. Musashi thought that a fighter should be aware of the present moment and know exactly what they need to do to get where they want to go. See that which you can't see with the eye, he wrote. To put it another way, being great means being able to see your future clearly even before it happens. Think about the future version of yourself for 5 minutes every day. This is the version of you who has already broken through barriers, gotten past doubt, and achieved what you want. You in the future are smarter, stronger, more disciplined, more focused, and able to do more. What would my future highest self do today? Is a better question to ask than, what should I do today? From now on, you won't put off doing small things. You in the future would not accept excuses. Tomorrow, you won't hold on to fear. In the future, you would act with purpose and plan. How do they move? What do they think? What do they decide to do? What kinds of habits do they keep? What do they stay away from? What can they stand? How do they use their time? After that, do one of those things in the moment. Musashi did this kind of mental training all the time. Before fights, he would picture how they would turn out. He would imagine himself walking the road before going on a trip. He lived his whole life watching his thoughts and using them to control what he did. Thinking about the future you works because it gets around the boundaries of who you are now. You stop acting based on your fears and start acting based on what you can do. You stop asking what you want to do right now and start asking what you would do if you were in your best self. You can change your whole day in just 5 minutes. Just getting out of the automatic habits that keep you small is enough. Enough to tell you that your future self is waiting for you, but not in your dreams. She is waiting for you in the decisions you make now. This exercise changes how you see yourself. You stop seeing yourself as someone who needs to get better and start seeing yourself as someone who is becoming the best version of who they already are. Today is victory over yourself of yesterday, Musashi said. By thinking about the future, you can make this happen every day. Step 6. Intentionally be a beginner at something. Putting yourself in settings where you can be new, flawed, and untrained is one of the best ways to break through the limits you set for yourself. This might not make sense. Why choose to be a beginner? But Musashi knew that being humble is the first step to becoming a master. A lot of things he learned over the course of his life were new skills, like drawing, calligraphy, sculpture, strategy, and philosophy. He never got stuck in thought. He didn't have a limited personality. Perfectionism keeps a lot of people locked up. They don't want to try new things because they're afraid of making mistakes, being judged, or being embarrassed. But this fear holds us back. You won't grow if you only do things you're good at. Your brain learns that it is safe to learn when you start something new, no matter how small. You can be bad at something. It's okay to grow slowly. You can take chances without getting hurt. It's okay to grow past what feels comfortable. This changes the way you think about yourself more deeply than you know. A simple tool for making music, simple drawing, a new language, something new, the skill for a sport or movement, making something new, thoughts on a new interest. The point is not to master. The point is to enjoy the beauty of beginning. Musashi adopted the shushing mentality, which means having the mind of a beginning. Being in this state of mind makes you open, interested, flexible, and free of ego. When you're a beginner, your mind breaks the illusion that you need to be great before you can act. If you let yourself start over, you break through the deepest limit, the thought that you are too old, too late, not talented, or not capable. Every time you try something new as a beginner, you gain a new layer of confidence and openness. People who are willing to learn have the world. The mind that is stiff breaks down, and the mind that is flexible grows. Being a beginner makes you humble, helps you grow, and makes you stronger. It helps you be patient. You learn that skills are not given, they are earned. It teaches you to be open to the process. The way is in training, Musashi would say. And training starts as soon as you decide to start over. Step 7. Create a "I proved myself wrong" list. Mindsets that hold you back are based on old ideas about what you can't do, who you can't become, or what you're not capable of. Many of these views were formed many years ago, often without any proof. They stay because you don't question them. This step breaks those ideas down from the inside. Put together a list called "I proved myself wrong." You write it down every time you do something you didn't think you could do, something you avoided, something you were scared of, or something you thought you weren't good at. I proved myself wrong. I thought I couldn't get up early. I was wrong when I said I couldn't finish that task. I proved myself wrong. I thought I couldn't speak in public. I showed myself that I was wrong when I said I couldn't change my habits. This list grows quickly because you think less of yourself than you really do. Musashi knew how powerful it was to show that you are right. He said in his writing, "A warrior must know himself and understand his own strengths." You can't know your skills through theory, thought, or planning though. You can only know them through action. Taking action shows you how strong you really are. You break through a mental block every time you add something to the list. You show your brain that your limits are not real. Instead of motivational words, facts are what boost your confidence. This information is then used as a weapon. Your mind will tell you, "You can't do that," when you're facing something tough. Then you'll look at your list and think, "I've shown myself wrong many times already. I can do it again." The list changes who you are. You stop seeing yourself as someone who stays away from hard things. You start to see yourself as someone who can beat them. It starts a new story inside you that is driven by courage, strength, and the truth. Musashi thought that the best way to learn was through real, raw experience. Not ideas. Not your idea. Your list of "I proved myself wrong" is your personal record of successes and how you've changed. Keep adding to it. Always show yourself to be wrong. The list will eventually prove beyond a doubt that the only boundaries that ever existed were the ones you set for yourself.